first we'll start with this cave. More mysteries. This tells me, are they still digging in the cave, or are they going over the examples they've gathered over the years? Good evening to you.
Good evening. This is a cave in Siberia that Russian scientists have been going to for many years now, and they go every summer to excavate and to find bone fragments, which they then study. And in recent years, they've been able to find some DNA in them.
The DNA in a tooth and a finger bone, that's what we're looking at. They were found in 2008, but the fresh information points to surprising dating for the DNA of one tooth. What is the relationship between Neanderthals and Denisovans? Do we have a rough description of when they diverged?
We do, and it's actually based on the DNA that's come out of the Denisova cave. Scientists have actually found a toe bone from a Neanderthal that has a complete Neanderthal genome, and then they've also found in some of these teeth and finger bone you mentioned, they've also found DNA from another lineage of humans, which is closely related to Neanderthals. They may have split maybe 500,000 years ago if you look at how different their DNA is. But it appears that they're kind of cousin lineages, and they both lived at different points in that cave.
They're pushing the date back of this most recent tooth to 110,000 years. Do we have a picture of what they look like based on the DNA? Is that impossible? Do we need the bones?
Well, you really do need the bones to make a lot of inferences about some really important things. I mean, you can't say, exactly how big their brain was just based on their genome. We just don't know enough about DNA to be able to reconstruct any animal that way, let alone humans or human relatives. They can make some inferences about things like hair color and so on. I mean, and if you just look at their relatives, in other words, Neanderthals and us, you can pretty much assume that they were upright, they had big brains, they probably used tools, but it's a funny situation that we're in, that we have their complete genome. We can look at every single gene of a Denisovan, and yet physically all we've got are a couple of teeth and a finger bone.